but you're in here rocking with the best. Welcome. Welcome. Let a couple of folks get in here. We will get started shortly. Today is a great day. Also, it is a celebration of life. We will get started shortly. I hope everyone's week has been going good. And we are here for the artistry, and we're going to get to it, y'all. We're going to start the night like this. Lord, when you send the rain, think about it, please, a little. Do not get carried away by the sound of falling water, the marvelous light on the falling water. I am beneath that water. It falls with great force, and the light blinds me to the light. Lord, by James Baldwin. Welcome. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Yeah, y'all, get excited. Welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 138. As we do every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we would like to thank the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and New York State Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. Every increment counts and is very, very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech team in the Zoomverse. The one and only Matthew Model Keen in the building, Storm Lake, Jersey in the building, one half of the dopest tag team hosting. Listen, if you don't know about these dudes, shout out my man Flago, Storm Gods in the motherfucking building. Make sure you plug in with these cats. They are absolutely amazing. Also, my man Kid Kuza, Brian Lee. Make sure you shout him out. That dude's all kinds of incredible. Plus, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. You know what it is. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. All right. Tonight's theme, armor and softness, dual nature, right? This is just, for every piece of dark, there is a piece of light, right? For every strength, there's a weakness. It is a balance in this universe. And that's what tonight is really about. We've seen warriors over the years, over the centuries. They wear suits of armor, but under that armor, they are flesh, they are human, they are people. So that's what we're going to be looking at this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of your incredible genius. All right? Next week's theme coming at you. Chasing horizons. Dream expansion. So this is really about future goals, right? This is really about, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Where do you see life 10 years from now, right? This is expanding on your dream. This is thinking big, right? Just go all the way in on this, folks. Like, really see yourself. Write the things that, precursors to what you're going to write, right? We go backwards sometimes when we look at the things that we wrote 4 or 5 years ago, and it is a precursor to what we're writing now, right? So, same thing, right? Looking forward, projecting what you want to happen in the next 5 to 10, 20, 30 years, all right? Here is a look at the other upcoming themes for the month. We're going to deal with time. We're going to deal with community. So just prepare yourself. All right. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. Have your artwork ready. We do have a full list this evening. Plus, there will be people on the good luck round. So have your work ready to rock. Artists, you have 4 minutes to get down. All right. As you're getting down, you will see that there is a timer on the screen right now. It is counting down, all right? That timer will count down from 4 minutes, all right? Once it gets down to 0, you will hear this sound. From there, you will have 30 seconds to wrap it up, all right? We do not want to mute anyone, but we will to ensure everyone gets the same amount of time, all right? So respect the mic, respect the space, respect your colleagues, respect poetry, all right? Keep it right, keep it tight. This is the time of night where the poets come out to play. And there will be some explicit lyricism. There may even be some triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Listen, our boot stays shined up real nice. You know what I mean? We haven't had to boot anybody in a while, but it is still ready to kick someone's butt through their shoulder blades if we need to. So be warned, all right? This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with your audience, with your colleagues. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. Plus, this season's first football game is happening tonight, so it's going to be crazy anyway. So don't worry about it, all right? Share all of that energy. It will be returned to you in the performance of every artist this evening. I forgot to mention this a second ago. This is a living, breathing trigger warning, all right? This is what we do. Thou hath been warned. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to neweurican.org, click on full events calendar, click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that artist or SVP tickets. The only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, all right? Last night, it was sold out in 4 minutes, all right? Set your timers, get it in. It's a hot ticket, folks. Listen, you're rocking with the greatest community in the world, right? So, tonight's list, full of amazing folks. It is going to be absolutely incredible as it is every Thursday. I look forward to each and every voice on this list. So, without further ado, let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? Bonnie Soloway in the building. The Jedi Master is here. Sam Hardy's here. Lantern's here. Lady K in the building. Peace to the God, Bobby and Gomez here. Poetastic in the building. Karina, welcome. I see you rocking it. I see you. Angelina in the building. Rebecca's here. Welcome back. April in the building. Alan Gary's here. Ike Waltz. Vex Lex. What up, though? I will yell at Vex Lex later, of course. Colton in the building. Winter Rose is here. Mathematics is here. It's going to be an amazing evening, folks. But before we get started, the community recently lost a member that was very vital to how some of us moved around and how some of the connections were made. There was a gentleman by the name of Thomas, went by Open Minds. He had a space. Our beloved family member, Gustav Salas, was also a host on his platform. Also, our family member, Dre Reyes. He is no longer with us, but he was such a beautiful spirit. He just provided people with a space and an opportunity to share their work and express themselves. So please join me in a moment of silence, of prayer and poetry to the one and only Thomas Open Minds. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here, rocking with the greatest community in the world, and I appreciate you so very much. I am posting tonight's list in the chat, and it's gonna be amazing, folks. Like, I don't know if y'all ready for this one, but it's gonna be amazing. Let's get into it. Coming up first, as this gentleman has a way of doing, always with such a positive spirit, always with such good energy. He is a contributor to I Can't Breathe Volume 2, as well as Love Letters to Gaia. This gentleman always has a rhyme that's always right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Eddie, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Let's go. Set it off this evening. Come on, man.
And it's great to see you too, my brother, like no other, words like thunder. And remember, keep pushing it through. And remember that we love you, Matthew King and Rama Thompson too. I found out the news too about Thomas. He wasn't just a good poet, he was a teacher as well. I remember we were talking, we were just vibing, you know. He taught me some very useful lessons about rhyming. He was a powerhouse. I know he's resting with Gustav. I know their souls are resting in peace. I got two poems. One poem is about the departed. This is called The Pen of the Dead. I honor the memory of the mute, not the starving for attention looking cute. I know the memory of the dead who may earth their untimely bed. If you stop and listen to your ear, you can hear them live on, have no fear. Their words echo in your bones. The poems whisper from the tombstones. The right and right, fast in a train. They took it in strife with agonizing pain. Their blood and tears mixed with ink caused their eyes to expand and shrink. The right to keep their image alive, no matter how to push or fuel the drive. Please breathe and close your eyes. Do you feel their presence quickly rise? Does it feel like a full moon or sunrise? Go right till your words touch the skies. You have their virtue inside your pen. Don't let their sacrifice reach an end. I know the fissure in your open chest. Put them to rest by making their words your nest. Thank you. And the other one is called Why Not Be Kind? You need to be kind before life kicks you behind. Do it for humanity to change hearts and society. My grandma taught me kindness with chocolate and a big kiss. Kindness can kill the monsters or chain the fakers to makers. If you always have this question for the unpredictable situation, what's in it for you and me? Well, change, if you can see. Some people love to be selfish, but complain about an empty dish. Some people love to be greedy, but aren't they being the most needy? Some people love to be angry, but blame everyone for being snappy. Some people love to be negative, but what about the positive? Life is about you or me. If so, it will be a travesty. Everyone deserves appreciation. It gives them instant satisfaction. Repeat after me. You're a good person. No, but I'm certain of my reason. Repeat after me. I wish you a nice day. Not only today, but each and every day. Repeat after me. You are enough. Stop being edgy, dark, and rough. Repeat after me. I'm here for you. It doesn't take much to break through. Do you feel calm and better? Hope it brightens your weather. Sometimes it can be a bit hard, but please lower your guard. It's called being human. We're all not made of sand. Do you feel warmth in your veins? Good. It melts away the pain. It's called being generous. It's different from being oblivious. What's the point of being unkind? Don't get trapped in your mind. If this poem doesn't change your heart, then get some sugar, but don't stay tart. If you ever want a miracle or luck, then don't stay mean or stuck. It's simple as simple can be. Please be kind and show glee. Thank you.
You're amazing at what you do, Eddie. Really. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Amazing as always, sir.
Thank you.
Especially today, Eddie, especially the stuff that is out there, it is so important to remember that kindness is probably going to be the only thing that'll save us at some point in time. So thank you.
Repeat after me. You are a good person.
Right.
That second poem was so sage, Eddie. Thanks for all of that, all of those insights.
Yeah, Eddie, you are just bringing such positive energy, man. It radiates, and we are thankful for it. I love how you said in the first poem, blood and tears mixed with ink. I think that's how all poets write. Write till your words touch the sky. It really is that. In the second poem, kindness can kill the monsters, right? And I wish more people would say what what you said in the second poem. Also, you said, do it for humanity, right? Someone needs to send that express mail to the person living in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. How about you do some things for humanity, right? Not selfishly, but for humanity. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Repeat after Eddie. You are enough. Thank you, Eddie, for what you do, man. Truly, truly appreciate all of your positive energy. All right, y'all. Starship is underway. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, he just has a way with these words, folks, and he has the voice to project it around the world. I love what he does. I love his writing style. And he just kind of writes the type of work that just sticks to your bones. A la Mr. Chicken Soup himself, the one and only Alan Gary in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please Take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Friends, you can follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page. Tonight's theme, armor and softness, dual nature. I grew up with the duality of nature, which challenged my soul. I still struggle. And here's my piece, which tells you all about it. It is called Humane. Am I humane or human? As a child, my mother instilled in me an ethos to be kind and just. She reminded me regularly that I am good and worthy and capable of being humane. Sadly, my world was populated with prejudice, predators, and brutality, lurking in my dreams and living beside me in the sunlight. Humans born like me possessing the ability to choose right from wrong, good from evil. I have made choices in life, be they constructive or destructive. I falter and rise again, fearing more the isolation from love than the separation into an abyss of the prison of my making. A cage has an exit, whether through death, pardon, or escape. To untether a filial bond, a lifeline to she, the progenitor of my being, would be irreparable. I may be human, but I strive to be humane. Thank you.
Sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan. Great.
Speechless. Speechless.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same subject. Really. The progenitor of my being. I have never heard that before, but that's an awesome thought.
Great.
It was great.
A cage has an exit. Don't you forget it.
Sure. For
There's
sure.
there's such a great setup of contrasts in that poem, Alan.
Yeah.
And how you deliver it, it's just, it was just beautiful. Really. You said your mother helped you to create an ethos to be kind and just. Even though you came up in a world of prejudice, predators, and brutality, right? I falter and rise again. I absolutely love that, man. Right? That just kind of goes along with the saying, if you fall 10 times, you get up 11. Right? And I love that. A prison of my making. Man, come on. Like, again, sir, I really love your writing. I really love what you do and how you deliver it. It really just, like I said, man, it just sticks to your ribs, sir. You're amazing. Thank you for doing what you do and staying so consistent at it. I truly appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this artist works hard. I mean hard. And they have such a way of putting you in those spaces, whether it be love, whether it be the places that she's been, to remind you of them, the sights, the sounds, the smell of them. She's just excellent at it. She's also a great example of how a whisper becomes a roar. The one and only Sam Hardy in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Sam. Come on, take it away.
Hey everyone, I hope everybody's doing great. I've had a great day myself. And I actually found a poem that has the word armor in it. So we're going to go for that one. I haven't read it in forever. Anyway, it's called New Armor. I must shed this cracked armor from me, don a new sturdy one for all to see. I've long tried too hard to please. It's time to give myself a break, take ease. The cracks were formed from circumstance, in my own years of self-beating. So now it's time to give myself a chance before time becomes too fleeting. Replacing people pleasing my old armor here. Self-preservation becomes my new protective gear. I will make the new armor strong enough to survive my own mental lash and give it carbon steel where loneliness once attached. I must embellish the armor with self-care, for one blow in the wrong place could cause despair. I'll weave in a filigree of confidence, the intricate maps bolted with self-reliance against inner collapse. My armor will be strengthened with inner resolve, guard against my courage others so easily dissolve. With bolts fired into the very strongest of heat, my determination will not easily see defeat. I will replace this old armor as it is time I should. Replace it with something I will wear for my own good. Confidence and resilience entwined like sacred geometry, fortifying armor essence to stand steadfast for me. Final hammer strike, determination forged in fierce. Uh-oh, I lost it. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Final hammer strike, determination forged in fiercest heat, tempering unyielding spirit, my masterpiece, my armor now complete. So like I said, I hadn't read that in forever, so a little rusty there. Then I wrote a couple short pieces. Sitting on the back porch. Sitting on the back porch, I never saw the bird, only its shadow passing over. I never looked up. I knew it was there. Sometimes faith feels exactly like that. And the next one, I miss the sound of your voice, not just the words. Sorry. I miss the sound of your voice, not the words, just the sound. I'm not waiting for any certain words or declaration of love. You don't have to call me ask 'em or tell me sine seviorum. Memory remembers music long after it forgets the lyrics. Ask 'em means my love, and sine seviorum means I love you. And I wanted to say that finally I've made a decision. The Lost Little series, my poetry about for and about survivors of sexual assault, is going to come out in 3 chapters, 3 books, uh, in September, October, and November. Each book is going to have 15 poems. They're going to be chapbooks, so they're going to be cheap. They're not going to be too expensive. And they're going to encompass all 45 of my poems about sexual assault and domestic violence and intimate person violence, partner violence. And so they're finally coming out. I've decided just to do them through Amazon because nobody wants to publish them. But anyway, it's gonna be great. So look forward to that, guys. Thank you.
That's just absolutely great news. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Hardy.
Yes, Sam. My cat really loved your photo. She was trying to get the bird off the screen.
Oh,
No, not all. No. She knows damn well she's not supposed to be in this workspace. But as always, I truly enjoy listening to your poems, but I love that we're putting our pain, our trials and tribulations onto paper in black and white, and we're putting it out there for others to find solace, to hear that they're not alone. So I love that you're doing that, and I love how vulnerable and transparent you are. So thank you.
thank you.
Hey, thank you, Tia. You little wench.
Oh.
Yeah, I really like that first poem, how it started out with you kind of recounting these self-revelations. And that kind of led into you taking this kind of pledge to yourself, you kind of promising yourself to sort of go positive. And then the poem sort of finishes with this you're in this position of relating and asserting your self-respect. And I thought that poem kind of illustrated those three steps so beautifully and in such, so economically. The second poem was just kind of word magic, the poem about faith. I mean, that's so purely poetic, that poem. And the third poem about memory, that line, what was it? Uh, Something about the music is remembered after the words are forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, sir. You are on point as usual, Jedi Master. Um, Memory remembers music long after we forgot the lyrics. And I like to say that music is it's a time machine, right? No matter where you are, no matter where you've been, when you hear a song, especially if something was going on in your life at that time, when you hear that song, it transports you right back to that place. It just does. I mean, you may be in a better place, you're healed from those things, but it's like, oh man, I hate this song because I loved it so much at this point in time, and but it really is like music is really a magic time machine. Um, Sam, these are just incredible poems. I love how you brought in like a sense of metallurgy to this. Um, and you mentioned give myself a break, give myself a chance. Um, you said self preservation becomes my new protective gear. And I just really appreciate you looking after you first, right? My father used to say, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else, right? You mentioned the sacred geometry, determination forged in fiercest heat. I love that. That sitting on the back porch, you only see the shadow. Yeah, I know it's there. And then I miss the sound of your voice. Frequencies are very powerful. They really are. I did want to echo what Angelina said about putting your thoughts, putting your poetry, getting them printed, getting them published. As I've said before, folks, no matter what you're going through, poetry can take it. And I promise you, there's a publisher out there that will put it out to the world. Even if you self-publish, like Sam was saying, through Amazon, listen, that's still great. Because now the world can go to a place and read your work. They can go and get a piece of what you're dealing with and how you got through it. Amazing work, Sam. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out Jesse Marie who came in the building. Shout out Nemo Soom and Dara. Or Dara. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize. But welcome. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next. Yo. This artist, she comes through with her slice of life poetry that just it really cuts you to the bone, but in the best of ways, right? um I've said before, right? Aries run the world. She has the dopest birthday in the world. um she's just really dope. I love her work. I love how she presents it. And she also has a manuscript, so make sure you plug it in. The one and only Auntie April in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you as always. Please take it away.
You can find me on IG, auntie with a Y underscore April. This is called Fortitude. Ba-boom, ba-boom. I pick at the scab before it decides what shade of scar it wants to be. Left alone, its vibrant red dries brown before turning black, then leaves. Nothing is more confining than the ivory tower this poet creates, nor more beautiful than the naked closets lining her entryways. I'm held prisoner inside the four chambers of my life, eyes working in darkness, seeing everything yet never seen, a fistful of anguish holding inside it the loudest screams. Ruby rivers flowing through fingers but never touched, still creating homeostasis in storms meant to crush. 30 trillion unruly cells packed into an overcrowded room. The walls sweat with the pressure of holding them against their doom. sustained upon a table bearing the weight of a lifetime, trembling beneath births, first kisses, and last goodbyes. Even as it splinters, it regains stability, remembering the rhythm that began before memory, before its next door neighbor welcomed air, before upstairs became aware. The party doesn't end after the bartender yells last call or after a few noise complaints. One beat separates the physical world from the spiritual plane. So please don't stop the music. Boom, still, boom. It reverberates through passageways with purpose even after the love has gone, as necessary as the earth still warm from where a body used to lie, the wind combing through the space it left, the fire simmering but refusing to die, unpredictable as the seasons, yet as constant as the needle pointing north, continuing its journey beyond the end of the road, pounding against every locked gate, rapid drums begging for somewhere safe, like horses galloping through shadows, escaping a burning place. After reaching water, its tempo returning to a steady pace. Holding into itself, my pulse whispers, stay, boom, boom. Encased beneath the armor of my ribcage, its warmth spills. A metallic smell of iron hangs heavy on my lips, so I build walls brick by unseen brick, because I know all too well bone isn't enough to protect it. Feeding wires into unlit spaces, sometimes the signals cross. Boom, pat, pat, boom, pat, pat. Skip note, injured bat trapped beneath the breastbone, beating itself bloody against my insides, searching for hollow homes. Silver sparks in all directions are a sight to behold, yet the electric static blinds its echolocation. I think to slice open flesh and bleed it out too late, it's already ripped me apart. Shattered pieces I hold together with delicate threads of blood bound with hope. Scar tissue grows like tree rings on brittle branches. It breaks, regrows, only to break again. Not every sliver is found. They remain missing, buried like cracked seashells beneath the tide, edges sharpening over time. Cries whistle through the holes. Tears escape the broken windows. My hallway floods. Boom, boom. Still, love makes space there. A rickety rocking chair, its door unlocked for strangers, for forgiveness, for impossible dreams, and the guests who may never return, as miraculous as paper beating stone. So huff and puff, for not even I can break my own heart now. Clear, boom, again, boom, boom. Poem.
Talk that heartbeat shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Auntie April.
Your cadence is so hypnotizing, and on top of the imagery that you're giving through this whole poem is just, Auntie, can I be like you when I grow up?
You know, you inspired this poem after last week. Your
Did
heart
I?
situation. Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I love that we're able to encourage and build, and we are, because we're such a close community, we are able to feel when each other's like a loss.
Yeah.
We're able to feel each other's wins. We're able to celebrate each other, and the fact that we can go, yeah, I want to be like you when I grow up. Yo, you inspired me to write this today. That's beautiful. Thank you. That makes me feel so good. That makes me feel like, damn, my shit don't does make sense. Damn it.
For sure.
Auntie
Yeah, I like
April, I wanted to jump in and just say that there's something really sweet about your voice. You have this really authentic pitch and like tremor when you read, and it gives this really beautiful like purity to your poem. And I hope as you gain confidence you don't lose that. I hope as you like refine your voice and you learn how to like perfect yourself that you keep that beautiful tremor of like authenticity like with yourself along the way. And I just wanted to call it out early in your voice because you might decide to like remove that, but it's actually really beautiful about you. And it, as you did this poem with all the imagery and whatever, that tremor gave it so much more emotion and so much more to cling to as the listener. So it's really profound to listen to you read a poem like you just did.
Thank you. You know, in about a week, it's going to make a year that I've been coming here.
All right.
And just a year since I've been speaking out my poems. And I don't think this tremor is going anywhere because I feel it's everything I write so deeply, and I can't shake it. So it's here to stay.
But your confidence might grow to where you pitch that trauma without the like shake in your voice. And I hope you keep it. I hope you keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with what both these women are saying, that one of the most consistent things in this poem for me is what Angie was pointing out, from line to line, the density of the images you were creating. And it was just so consistent from beginning to end, just really wonderful. First of all, you get huge points for using the word homeostasis. How many people can get that into a poem, huh? But this poem also was just such an out and out, blatant and stark example of what I identify as sort of the overarching subject or theme of most all of your poems, which is just the life force, right? And you were just so literal about it in this poem with the sound and word play, ba-boom, ba-boom. I mean, that's the sonic embodiment of the life force. And it was right there in your poem in these really crucial points where you either created a pause or you sort of propelled the poem forward that way. Yeah, and I really am down with what Jesse was saying, because to me, the tremor in your voice has always been what keeps it real, like Jesse is saying, right? It's not a performance, it's authentic. It makes what you're doing so real and so immediate. You know, there's no slickness to it. And it is a vulnerability, but it's a really beautiful vulnerability that also is holding up a strength.
Facts. Facts. Which could also be considered a level of honesty, right? There's a realism in what you're doing, which kind of what the Jedi Master is saying. This is not a performance piece, right? This is not a non-conceptual and you're just showing off type of thing. This is real life. And when you're sharing that real life and it comes off like your heartbeat, that ba-boom, ba-boom, one beat at a time. One beat don't stop, one monkey don't stop no show type. Right? My pulse whispers stay. Right? There's a lot in just that. Right? Brick by unseen brick. Right? My heart beating itself bloody? What? That's just dope. In conjunction with, see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Aries run the world. Notice her background is a heart. And she talk about the boom, boom, like, yo, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. And then of course the homostasis line. Really dope. Thank you for being very honest in your artwork. And that's where that comes from. Is it's complete honesty. It's just, again, doing this number here, whether you're falling backwards or forward, you're falling into the poem and you're becoming your artwork. And that's the beauty of it all. Thank you, Auntie April. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late, this gentleman, the most eloquent writer in the world, he has a way of talking about love where love just almost seems to like show up every time he comes through. Love just kind of shows up and gets like a front row seat, just like, oh no, I'm here for it. I like to say that this gentleman and Love have a thing going on like Billy Paul and Mrs. Jones. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always, brother. Please, take it away.
Thank you. Om. Hearing the sounds of soft silence in crescendo of soundless sound, I come in delight, live in the light. At the end of my journey's close, into light I shall return. Love gives me the ice cream of mercy. It wields the hour of my justice light. I lie in the softness with my love, our hearts dancing like fireflies in the glow of moonlight, our souls singing psalms, the breastplates of gods. The delicacy of her lips merges with fiery passion, softening the sweetness of my soul. Her velvety chocolate skin evokes a silent celestial joy, a remedial balm to all wounds of my sorrow. I recall my childlike naivety, running around naked in the throes of laughter with a cute playfulness that came only from childhood days, yet was also mischievous and daring. Sometimes was valiant too, like a knight in shining armor, braved the wind, leapt gleefully at the overhanging branches of both guava and mango blossoms. Right now, though, intimate soul like heights on high, or emotive drunken sweetness, sing like whistling winds to the shooting stars. We melt like butter, exposing our nakedness, living shielding Arthur's glorious nights behind us. Here in this transient honey of desires, I waltz this melody of life, painting my scars in a lease of shadows. Yet, like a phoenix, I evoke the fire of love, turn undaunting will, as my breath becomes breeze, my strength like thunder receives. I play with insects, blow kisses at butterflies, hold silent wonder all the daffodils and rainbows. Your cosmos unforgiving demands my dual nature, a sort of Jekyll and Hyde consciousness, wid in such a way that I heard thorns yet smiled roses. These masks we wear, these shields of armor, crucial to protect the delicate glow of tender vessels we call life, this journey of myriad give and take. In this ballroom of joy and sorrow, of light and darkness, we crown fragile bridges, praying that they hold. Here I am, the affection-flooded nurse in palliative care, persona of defense I take to inebriates in the ER. I carry my shields, my hopes and dreams, indulgences, attachments, dwelling I in the crater of Hades, or raging smile from the beloved, like twinkling stars. Asato ma sadgaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mritum tam gamaya. Lead me from falsehood to truth. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. The Lantern Carrier. Thank you.
Man, you really do come with some really enchanting, entrancing work, sir. Truly. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Okay, vocals, don't be teasing me like that.
That's what I was saying. You not only do you write poems with like love undertones, but you singing too.
Yeah,
How
that
much is
was
a
like
flight? How much is a
hypnotic.
flight across the
Right?
oceans over here?
Don't be teasing me
Lady
like that. That's just not
Lady
fair.
K, Lady K. I
We'll
say
go
we
together. We're called
there.
for.
That's what I'm talking about. Lansing, we're coming for you. You love to
Carpool.
love. We got love for you, baby.
Got a whole lot of women's ready for you. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just
I just want to tell you, Lantern,
Thank
what you
you.
did tonight was a real gift. Like I was coming on and I looked like I woke up because I did, because I was up all night. And it was one of those things where you're working against a deadline on legal things that were impossible. And so my body collapsed before I came on here, and by some miracle, 7 something, it's like all your energy was out there, and it woke me from spit on the side of my mouth coming out. I was so exhausted, from finally being done with it. And then I came in here and I'm like half asleep. How am I going to be here with everyone? I can't even understand words. But the amazing thing is, I was listening and my heart heard everything so deeply that I finally was able to cry from what I was dealing with. All my intellectual was doing that. My emotions was finally able to connect. And the sound you were doing reminded me a lot of the meditation, like certain parts of meditation, of the hypnotic parts. It was just so deep what you were reading and so healing. And I don't care if I'm awake. I could be sleeping here. I could fall asleep while you're all reading poetry. I'm just so happy to be here. And yeah, just,
Thank you. You're speaking poetry. I mean, that's so sublime. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I really liked how the poem started out. You were talking about really sort of literally rapture and innocence. There was this one line that was talking about how innocence is mischievous and daring. And further into the poem, you're talking about sort of what guides us. Well, actually, that was more near the end. You're literally talking about, what we look to guide us and how how our dual nature is reconciled. And this whole poem, and this is your orientation overall, of course. You're always talking about this kind of I thou relationship, right? Other people that you address are never treated instrumentally. You're always so intensely talking about a direct relation with another person. And it's really marvelous how in depth and all the dimensionality you obviously sense and are able to convey in these poems the way you do.
Jedi Master, so softy, softy. You have what we call receptivity in high session. You assimilate so well.
It's easy to do given what you give to us, but thank you. I really appreciate your your sort of spiritual applause. I guess I would put it that way.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
you. Yeah, thanks for being here again. Really, truly.
Yeah, it really does make a difference when you can tell the artists are giving their all to their artistry. And you do exactly that, Lantern, with every piece of work that you share with us. Um, you just this is why I say the things that I say when I introduce you, because it comes off very, very clear. Like bees to honey. It's natural, right? You can put bees anywhere in the world and they're gonna produce honey. This reminds me of what you do, sir. I could put you in Sri Lanka. I could put you in Antarctica, and you're still going to produce this type of work. You're amazing at what you do. Thank you for continuing to share it with us. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I don't know if y'all know, but I love yelling at people. Like I really do. Right? I'm an educator, so I love yelling at people. This artist right here, man. Goodness, we go back. Back, and she has stayed so committed to what we do. Every time I see her, I'm thankful that she has continued doing what she does. Every time I see her, she's either smiling with someone that she cares about, or she's on the microphone doing what she loves to do. I absolutely love it. She has an incredible collection of artistry. Whether you ask her now or ask her in 6 months, it's going to be incredible. The one and only Vex Lex in the building. Come on, Lex, let these folks know where they can find you. Damn it, Lex, it's been too long. But great to see you. Please take it away.
Always good to see you, Elemental. As always, I've always loved your intros, and I've definitely missed it. Again, my name is VexLex. I know it's been a minute, but always good to be back. You want to follow me? Instagram is VexLex Poetry. I have 2 pieces tonight. I'm just gonna go right into it. Fairy tale living. I've left breadcrumbs in my path, not in the hopes of finding my way back, but in the hopes that someone would find their way to me. And find their way they did. But before I slid my foot into a glass shoe, it reminded me of my glass house and how there is a hidden beauty in fragility, how damage can be managed by purity. And I've regarded myself not as a damsel in distress, but potentially a princess in peril. Hardened and feral after years of indulging in poisonous apples, I grapple with the notion that fairy tales are all make believe, made to believe that life does not work out that way. And I've been known to satisfy my craving for love and peace. So, how can it be that I am both beauty and beast, stowed away in a tower, feasting on my own inadequacies, until I am lulled into a deep sleep, almost as if magically, only to be awakened by true love's kiss? And I never thought I'd get to experience this until I found someone who showed me that fairy tales really do exist. So that was that first piece. And my last piece is foundation. Some men will refer to a woman's body as a temple only to be angered that they could not be the one to deface her. Joining the other walks of life and entering only to erase her. Their claims of reverence hold no merit as they infiltrate her house of worship only to wreck her walls and tear away at its foundation, hoping to see what breaks her, believing that she may crumble if they try hard enough. They confer amongst each other to see what makes her continue to stand tall despite periods of time when she is left abandoned and her hollowed halls ache in silence. They think she was erected to continuously draw in crowds, while all she seeks is to close her doors and remain in peace. They bow their heads not in prayer, but to disguise their intent to make prey of her. She is the place they come to heal, come to reveal what drives them to sin, while they also cite her as the dark place they lost themselves in. A marked sanctuary for men to regain lost egos. She is to remain still and admired for her subjective beauty. As they have insisted, she is not the first nor last temple they will have visited. Thank you.
I told y'all. Lex puts in that work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for
Okay.
Vex. Lex.
So
That was
I
fire.
don't know when was the last time you were on this platform, but I remember One of the first times that I came on here, you performed.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long while.
So I have to tell you, it is amazing to see you at this point because I've been on and off of here for the last 2 years. And to see that you still come in with that same power behind every fucking line you drop.
Thank you. Thank you.
I bow. I bow.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And that background, your room is very vibey. I enjoy it. That purple
Thank
is
you.
everything.
Thank you.
That first poem just completely blew me away, I have to say. I just the whole from beginning to end, it was just such a lesson in, I don't know, everything about love, about relationships, and to have a happy ending like that, I was not expecting that. And I'm thrilled for you. But that was magnificent. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so good to see you back here. It's making me feel like 2021, or, you know. You got the energy and yeah, you know, your energy just keeps building. It certainly hasn't slacked off. I really like this first poem. It's kind of a poem about wanting to be wanted, and it was so brilliant to kind of uh, work that out within the idea of a fairy tale. And I really liked how it sort of ends up with this, you know, the person has this realization about their dual nature, and that realization equips them to sort of, you know, reorient themselves and continue. It's sort of, you know, it's really this poem's sort of about self-empowerment in that way. And the second poem, I think, is sort of a theme for all of time, you know, and it really is examining womanhood from two different perspectives. And I think there's a lot of lessons you impart in that about, you know, the necessity for being more sensitive.
Thank you
So
for that.
I have to just say that, like, there's a shirt happening in that line. Um, and I heard you go fairy tale on it, right? That was really dope when you went fairy tale, right? Um, you said a hidden beauty in fragility, princess in peril. But you said I am both beauty and beast. Come on, man. Come on, Lex. Like, yo, like most people would choose one side or the other, right? Most people wouldn't necessarily see that duality within themselves, but I absolutely love that. Um, in the second poem, it's just, you know, reminding people, right? Like, don't get caught up in what someone says, right? Close her doors and remain in peace. They make prey of her. A dark place they lost themselves in. Please remember that you're the light, right? And y'all just bringing the musical references, right? Common, the light. Auntie April was talking about "Don't Stop the Music," right? I know Rihanna had the song, but I was thinking of Yarborough and Peoples. I know I'll go back a little bit, but when you don't stop the music, it's just one of those things, right? Again, music is a time machine. You know what I mean? But excellent work, Lex. It's been too long, but it's always great to hear you. Truly, make sure you put your link to your book and how people can connect with you. It's always great to see you, Lex. Appreciate you for coming through. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I like to call this gentleman the hardest working man in poetry. He's nonstop with it, right? He has published a type of poetry collections that I've never seen before in this format, and he continues to do it. And I love the fact that he has stayed dedicated to it. He is the author of Defending the Rainbow, as well as Exulate Jubilate. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, Ike, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Holy chocolatey mole, armor and softness? Let me admit, I am full of it. So I had a bit of a glorious sit. It blocked the pipe, it went over the side, made my mind ever so soggy, sniffling wet, and sneezy, smelly, unkind. And now that I am in bed, was it worse, the sit? Yes, I admit, no bull, that this poetry could not do without that inevitable. Is it COVID? Is it the flu? And then, what a pity that this poem got so long, so shitty. Like any sputtering fart, rhyming is not the best of art, but free verse washes so easily away. Like the cowboy proudly would say, nothing is big enough, just flush 'em down. It's shithole night in Mar-a-Lago when the rectum tweets with no respect. Ouch! Not again the same bloody Twitter secret document shit. And with a grain of smelling salt, I took that printed paper. Trump in war with Iran, I read, and I wipe my dirty smile aside. It's not hard to decipher asset fact. It has that interrogating, stenchy impact, like a potus, flotus, diplococcus, meaning a diplococcus is a round bacterium that typically occurs in the form of two joined cells. Ha! Is God finally dead? And why? Is he fake truth, or is it MAGA news? Or is it all about a pompous messiah for those where truth is of no use? Entertainment is revenge and cheap for hire. Oh my, 6th of January hit the fan. I turned to Preparation H. The joy I wage, whiskey I secretly kept relief, found us both in my sleepy bed. Superman, superwoman, we know we owe the American populists. Pumpers for Trumpers, super kits laced with wow. It is that roar of tornado, piston lip. It must be the world's largest, the world's biggest, the world's champion, the world's Olympic poop negotiator. Wow. See you later. But what could he do? Doesn't worry me a bit. Well, I won't say it, as pain, after all, is this holy, very runny, Trumpian, chocolatey, brownish egomaniacs polluting mole? Or is it only my smelling, dirty slipper poetry diaper hitter? America, I say, you tricked me into writing it. And you may call my poem, what a big fart. F for fake, F for fine art, F for F. It's all right, as truth, after all, is evident, and that only in Nuyorican poetry art.
I don't know how you do that, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike Waltz.
Yes. Preparation.
I'm gonna have to look up some of those words, but I'm pretty sure that they all have something to do with bullshit and regular shit. So thank you for that.
What a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Holy chocolatey moly. Now, us moly lovers might not appreciate that, but I think Bonnie got it right that, the main thing going on here is talking about bullshitting, right? And I really was into the vulgarity and the humor. There's a part about how rhyming is like a fart. I mean, and the preparation H line, Angie, that's the one that got me to, I was laughing out loud here. And you know, Ike, you're really taken to task. I think a major thing in the first 20 years of the 21st century, and that's what's been done to the truth. And as a kind of expose, this, I mean, I just give you an ovation.
Yeah, you are you are very, very slick when it comes to coming with the shits, talking that shit, about that shit. For real. Like, bring your toilet, because I'm all about the shits. Like, for real. Like, January, he said the 6th of January hit the fan. I was like, oh, this dude right here, man. The pompous for Trumpus. Um, but then it was just like, it just hit me kind of hard when you said, America, you tricked me into writing it. You dirty, rotten porcelain. You. I love when you do stuff like this. Like, really, because your voice is so kind of off-putting. People don't always expect you to hit that hard, right? But your content is very, very serious. Thank you so much for doing what you do, sir. Very much appreciated. Coming up next, another incredible wordsmith, a warrior in the truest of sense. This gentleman, I learn from him. I continue to do what I can to one day be able to use words the way that he does. He's an educator. He is a former fencer. He has traded his foil for a pen. He is a playwright. He is a poet. He is a pushcart nominee. He is the author of Four Crescents, Black Calculus, Evaporating Rage, and many more. The one and only Noah Mathematics in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you for the intro, my brother. Appreciate it. And all I can say is, you ain't lying. Okay. The name of this piece is Waking Dreams. Fall out of clear blue skies. Catch the meteors before they explode. Transform them to falling stars. Surround Mother Earth and Father Sky. A shield of invisible armor. Catch the flaming stardust in the palm of your heart. Transform universal juju to an elegant, eloquent plasma. Injectable, transfusible through arteries, como ríos hasta los charcos de Borinquen. Feelings fly like spit off the grito. Silent llantos echo across the shadows on the horizon. Actions like primal instincts live an unworded field manual for the apprentice. Watch how it's done. Needs fulfilled without request. Superpowers born out of filial piety for our ancestors. Vulnerable to the flows of life, yield control over outcomes, faith in what Father knows best. Before and after we're gone, vacate the premises for the joys and miseries that follow in the wake of a love supreme. Next piece. This one is off topic and just finished recently. Leftovers. Too many survivors believe the myth, like them's before them. Memories erased, ethnically cleansed, undigested lies, forced fed, regurgitated, repeated, slurred, unrepentant gall, false claims that you are the originals, like we were never here. Before you discovered trampled skeletons of non-compliant natives crushed to dust under well-worn jackboots. Your malevolent shadow expands in the dark. Our light will not be dimmed. Your shadow, a speck of dust floating across a sunbeam out of the corner of my eye. Dare I say, motherfucker? Too small to distract a vision unseen in your blind eyes. Peace.
It's a good day when Mav come through talking that shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for the
Yes.
maestro.
I love when people come in bilingual.
Yes.
But it also puts me to shame because my ass is not Spanish enough. So thank you for no, but I do love the switching and hearing how it's the cadence just stays on point regardless. It never skips a beat because you switched it up, and I love that. Thank you.
I really like the first poem, Norm. It kind of was in the form almost of a prayer. You know, so many gorgeous, scintillating lines. Catch stardust in the palm of your heart, you know? Just really, really beautiful. And I like the leftovers poem too. I mean, it starts out kind of it's talking about really a kind of brainwashing, you know, so many people fall under. And the poem is really a type of really super eloquent ridicule. And as Elemental says, it's really a day, you know, a good day when Norm comes out with that kind of thing here.
You definitely put us with thought and reflection.
Yeah. It's you know, when you kind of foreshadow your work, it really does speak, and then you get this echo, this reverberation of what you're saying, man. And that line was beautiful that Jedi Master mentioned, right? Catch the flaming stardust in the palm of your heart. Absolutely. You said actions like primal instinct, an unworded field manual for the apprentice. That is just paying it forward, really. In the wake of a love supreme. Come on, man. Bring that jazz in. Bring that jazz in. We are here for it. You mentioned in Leftovers the malevolent jackboots. Like you were the originals. My father used to use that word jackboots all the time. And it just reminds me, he used to call them stormtroopers in jackboots, right? And it's just something about knowing that as much as things have changed, they stay exactly the same. And it's just amazing in how you just do a great job in reminding us of that. Your wordplay is magnificent, sir. Thank you for doing what you do. And being as strong as you are, please continue to do exactly what you do. Very much appreciated. All right, one more, and we will go to halftime. Coming up next, this artist, she is a problem in the best of ways, right? But she is plugged in, and this is what I love about poets, folks. She is plugged in, she is aware, she is in the know, and she puts the world on notice that you can't just sneak by. You're not just, squeaking by with your news cycles. I got it. I'm here for it. She shares this kind of work with me that I appreciate so much. Jesus and John Wayne. She is absolutely amazing. The one and only Bonnie Soloway in the building. Come on, Bonnie. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. This poem is an update to a poem I did a couple months ago called The Farmer and the Snake. It's about, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous men up in this regime, RFK Jr., who has the potential to really change our lives in the most negative way. But just as a reminder, The Farmer and the Snake is an Aesop's fable that goes, a farmer finds a snake frozen in the snow. He picks him up in his warm coat, and in the house they go. The snake revives and bites the farmer, inflicting a fatal wound. The farmer asks, "Why did you just bite me right before he died? You knew I was a snake before you brought me here inside." So this is a message to the Republicans who talked how terrible he was, and they were so worried about it, but they voted for him anyway. And they did the same thing again recently with the hearing with him. So anyway, this is called the RFK Jr. reminder. A reminder to Republican senators, the ones who toe the line, but like to bark like rabid dogs when things stop working fine. They're the ones who had a chance to save us from abuse, till confirmation time arrived, and they stayed happily in cahoots, not with their constituents, the ones who voted them in, but with the MAGA cult, like a bunch of giddy sorority girls who finally gotten pinned. Or like that college frat boy who asks you on a date, whose handsy reputation you hastily embraced, knowing he's a cheater with propensities to steal, while his friends pay homage to him like he's America's next big reveal. You challenge him with facts to prove you know the score, to try to satisfy the people, the ones who wanted more than the super plumped up lip service heard countless times before. We know you won't impeach him, though he's already been exposed. What'd your frat boy do that still earns him your vote? Did he don his special dancing shoes for when he gets provoked? Or did he spin around and barf a bunch of glitter at the crowd to make you feel you had no choice if you want to stay rich and proud? Our food is being poisoned or grown inside a lab. The degradation of vaccines is a deadly conspiracy grab. The one thing he's adept at is spreading more disease. Measles, polio, and parasites are psyched to once again be seen. Allowing a man with no credentials and an agenda of deceit to run this nation's health, all in the name of blinding greed. Americans have your number. They hear you loud and clear. A disingenuous frat boy MAGA power will always commandeer. 'Cause in the world of blind complicity, you only have one job, to feign concern with rhetorical questions to keep up the facade. Thank you.
I done told you, Bonnie. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
I just have
Thank you.
question. Can I go live on another planet?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking for the bus to that planet.
I just
I love
appreciate like your approach at doing your pieces. It's so matter of fact, but you were saying exactly what needs to be said. And it's like, sometimes some people might like underestimate you and like, but then like when they hear you do your poetry and know that you with the shits, it's like, okay,
my bad.
I'm a back up, my bad. And I appreciate that. And I will stand on the front lines with you at any point.
Thank you. We'll need to stick together if we're going to get out of this. Seriously.
That part. I appreciate you.
I truly love how every time, Bonnie, you come in here and you're standing at the front line with the privilege that you walk around with, and you're standing side by side with you, and you're sitting there like, these people are not talking out of their ass. Like, this is what it is. It's always a matter of fact. You're standing at the front and you have no fucking shame. And I absolutely, in the beginning, when you first started coming here, you were so like reserved. You were like, I'm just learning how to like, you were learning to come comfortable with your voice. And now you have this like megaphone in your throat, and you have no problem blowing the horn and letting them know you're fucked up and everything about you.
Yeah, I think Angie's mentioned something I wanted to get at is your overall tone, because it is kind of like a public announcement, right? And it carries a sense of authority and clarity on all those things people are saying, the matter of factness, the reality of it. It's not dressed up too much with a lot of ornamentation. It's just so very straightforward. Angie says you're up front, that I wrote, yeah, totally. And I think you could write a how-to book on how to speak truth to power. I mean, I hear you, it's like it's easy for me to picture you at some town hall, and the audience portion where you get to take the mic and just speaking up like that.
Thank you,
that's
Paul. Yeah,
that's
I'd love to do that.
that's a voice with a huge amount of backbone.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. See, I have warned you, Bonnie, that when they start coming for the rest of us, your ass gonna get routed up too. Trust. And then the way that you deliver your work, like your colleagues are saying, it is so matter of fact. But it's because, this is what I love about poets, we don't say things without researching it first, right? We can speak in matter of facts because we know. We don't just take Fox News' word for it. We don't just take MSNBC's word for it, right? We go and we pay attention. And that's exactly what this is, right? You said barf a bunch of glitter. Like, I just love that. Blinding greed, right? In the world of blind complicity. Like, and you're not just like raging. You're telling them exactly what it is. And the precursor to this poem was, you knew I was a snake. You knew I was a snake before you brought me in the house. Don't come crying to me because your ass got bit. I'm just saying. Thank you, Bonnie, for doing what you do. Thank you all for rocking with us this evening. We have reached halftime, folks. Got about 5 minutes to, refresh whatever it is that you're tipping on. And we will be back with a second half with some incredible artistry, folks. For real, like, strap in, because the next half is gonna be just as incredible as the first. Again, thank you all for being here. You could be anywhere else in the world. Again, rest in peace to Thomas Open Minds. Stay tuned, folks. We will be back in about 5 minutes. All right. Good evening. And thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events, proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating. The New Eureka Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam, occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Lower East Side Center at 7 p.m. Hosted by Matthew Marroquin and Paul Conqueso. Winners from the New Eureka Bowery Slam compete against each other for a $100 cash prize and a chance to compete in our annual Grand Slam. Plus, there's the Twilight Hour open mic hosted by La Bruja. Make sure you come through. For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to neweureka.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side and Center are all kinds of incredible. The venue records high-quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eurekan YouTube channels. All except our first Wednesday of every month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by 2024 Grand Slam champion Somebody's Mama. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eurekan Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special. Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, we have the Slam Workshop, facilitated by the 2015 Grand Slam champion Joel Francois. This is theory and practice. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to neweurekan.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ. The New Eurekan Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to neweurekan.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. We would love to hear from you. If you've attended one of our shows, let us know about your experience. Go to neweurekan.org/survey to complete and submit the form and receive a special gift for your feedback. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founders. Brought to you by Elemental Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative productions. Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough. We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get straight into it. It is amazing every Thursday that I see all of you wonderful creatives. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to come and rock with us and share your brilliance. So let's jump it off. Coming up next, this artist, like Auntie April was saying last week, was letting us in on a piece of her life. And it just really reminds you about the effort that we put in, despite what's going on around us in our world. The importance of our artistry, the importance of expressing ourselves. Love when she comes through. She is on a path to greatness and a doctorate, y'all. For real, I'm looking forward to that. The one and only Angelina in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
One semester down, 2 more to go, and the masters will be done. So you can always find me at your local library. I am currently working on a book, and just trying to do some good things out in this dirty ass world. So I am on topic, new shit. Here we go. I am tough. I'm soft. I am dark as the long night. I am bright as the sun, 73 degrees above the horizon. I am good. I am bad. Not everyone knows both. Some people know my kindness. I help them move through crisis, listen without judgment, and offer pieces of myself without asking for anything in return. I stay beside the broken until they begin to look whole again. To them, I'm a savior. But some people know my anger. My patience packs a bag and leaves no forwarding address. I turn pain into a punchline even after the tears reach my face. Because I sometimes am sweet. And sometimes I wonder how a man walks around with 12-inch big dick energy with only having 3 inches to back it up. That is the duality of me. I can spend hours building your confidence and 30 seconds writing a sentence that demolishes it. Some guys introduce themselves as good guys, but after the charm wears off, they explain everything they have suffered, everything they have sacrificed, everything everyone has ever done to them. That even Jesus looks down from the cross and says, "And I died for all of you. What have you done lately?" That's the darkness in me, not evil, just a mouth that remembers everything because I knew you so closely. I know how to soothe those weak pieces. I also know exactly where to place the blade. A man with no GED had the audacity to try to school me. Sir, you couldn't even complete your high school diploma. And somehow you created a curriculum and a syllabus to tell me how I should live? Not a diploma, just an honorary doctorate to tell me what I was doing wrong. Meanwhile, I earned 2 degrees, working on my 3rd and 4th, while raising children, surviving grief, working through trauma, and rebuilding my life. The sweet version of me would have helped you enroll. The petty version of me wants to hand you a number 2 pencil and say, "Before you test me, finish your own damn test." I can be patient and I can be petty. I can love without condition and hate unconditionally. According to my victims, I am cruel. Maybe they're right. When I am hurt, I do not always reach for grace. Sometimes I reach for that blade. They remember how I left, but never how many times I stayed. They remember my reaction, but forgot the 99 problems that came before it. Still, yes, I have wounded people. My anger has had teeth, even when one man only had 4. My silence has been intentional, while another man's silence was his way of hiding his secret love. Sometimes I wanted them just to feel a fraction of the pain they gave me. To the broken, I have been a savior. To the ones I broke, I became the villain. And both stories are true. I wear the same smile as the woman who hands you sugar for your tea and the woman who pours salt into your wound. Same smile, different intention. I am a warm embrace and a cold shoulder, the healer and the wound, the savior and the villain. And depending on the version of me your choices call upon, we may tell very different stories at the end of who I was. I am tough. I am soft. I am dark as the long night. I am bright enough to lead myself home, because that is the duality of me.
You better come through talking that shit. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Angelina.
I love it. You can love without conditions and hate unconditionally. I mean, that contrast smacked me in the face.
Yo,
That
I
was
was in the kitchen cooking, and if you could have heard me screaming while I was listening, that was good. I like this version of you. I love this version of you. This is a good look on you. A good look on you indeed. I'm glad that you.
A little bit sweet, a little bit spicy.
I love
I
it. I love
totally,
it.
yeah, I totally agree. It is a great look and so kind of a new look and definitely a BDE look that I think you need to keep.
Thank you.
I like that, Bonnie. I like that. Come through.
Hmm.
Yeah, this poem really speaks to me, Angie, of reality, right? As you just put in it right out there. It's a poem about your awareness of your own self-worth and no apologies whatsoever. That's what my brother always counsels me with. Whatever you do, just don't apologize. No
Absolutely.
apologize. And what's really cool to me about a lot of the poems you do, you know, there's the theme for tonight, and your poem puts what it's about, the theme, right up front, and you
Hmm.
mention it 2 or 3 times. So this isn't a theme that's somehow something that requires some extra scrutiny of the poem to understand, right? It's right there on top. And what I like about that is that's where you get to come to terms with reality, right? You're saying,
Hmm.
this is what this poem's about, and I'll tell you why it's about this. And then you really do these self-definitions. And, um, you know, when poets, we all have to do self-disclosure. There was some talk about this at the beginning of the evening too, about the authenticity and
Hmm.
being vulnerable. So this is a self-disclosure that's just totally based on being honest. And if this was like not a poem and an actual personal relationship, that's the thing I would appreciate about you the most, because you're just open and honest about it. There's no hidden motives to you.
Nope.
It's right there up front,
Take me
Who
as I am or nothing at all.
See, right back to music, right? That's a Mary
Mm.
J song. It's a Mary J Blige song. Just saying. Um, yo, this this path that you're on is beautiful because you are just unapologetic about it, and you just stepped out in the realism of it. It's like, hey, I could give you a bunch of sparkle and metaphor, or I could just step through your door and say, open my coat, this is what it is, right? Like, this is all of me in every beautiful, tragic way that I am at this moment. And there's just a beauty about that, honestly. You said, I can listen without judgment. Stand next to someone broken until they begin to look whole again. I turned pain into a punchline, which is dope. And then you just turned it and you said, there's a sweet version of me and there's a petty version of me. Oh my gosh. Like, hey, right? According to my victims, I am cruel, both savior and the villain. I'm really trying to scour my brain right now to think of what character that could be, right? Both savior and villain. I mean, I guess, Magneto is the first one that comes to my brain, right? He has saved so many people and been a villain in the same breath. Venom, I like that. I like that. I really appreciate how you're writing. Continue to do that. And that 12 inches worth of energy, but only 3 inches to back it up. Damn it! Listen, talk that shit. Appreciate you, Angelina. Truly. Coming up next, Uh, Listen, this gentleman, one of my spiritual advisors, um, he continues to teach me things, just in delivery, just in presence, just in writing. He is an experience every time he comes through, and I look forward to it. He's a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, produced by one of the last poets. Shout out Abi Odun. He came to do lots of things, but I guarantee you, he did not come here to tap dance. The one and only Baba Ngoma in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please take it away.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's good to see all of y'all. Y'all can see me here on Thursday. Um, you know, this is a period we call Black August. Um, for those of you who don't know about it, Black August is an annual commemoration and prison-based holiday to remember black political prisoners, black freedom struggles in the United States and beyond, and to highlight black resistance against racial, colonial, and imperialist oppression. It takes place during the entire calendar month of August. It was initiated by the Black Guerrilla family in San Quentin State Prison in 1979, when a group of incarcerated people came together in commemorating the deaths of Jonathan Jackson, who's killed August 7, 1970, and George Jackson, his brother, who was killed August 21st. You could Google it to find out the rest. I'm going to try to do these two poems if I have time. The first one is called "The Real Black Panthers Ain't in Wakanda." And some of the people that I'm going to name have passed, and some of them have been released. A few of them have been released. But anyway, here we go. Real Black Panthers ain't in Wakanda. Epigraph. There are over 69 political prisoners and POWs captured in these yet-to-be United States. This poem livicated to them with my apology that there are too many to mention. Real Black Panthers ain't in Wakanda. Never had vibranium. Ain't Afrofuturistic. In fact, their future is in peril. An endangered species. Living heroes and sheroes. Not Marvel characters imagined by Disney. No blockbuster movie by Hollywood. America says they don't exist. But J. Edgar Hoover declared them dangerous. Counterintelligence programmed them. Disappeared them behind prison walls. Warriors in the struggle for liberation, never asked to be citizens, righteous soldiers. They did not wear uniforms. Guilty only of taking a stand to free the land, framed by a system that refuses to acknowledge their sovereignty. Go and tell the children, tell them we have real heroes that lived and died for freedom. Call them by their name. Fred Hampton, Little Bobby Hutton, Safia Bukhari, Herman Ferguson, Bashir Hamid, Zaid Malik Shakur, Geronimo, as in G. Jaga Pratt. Just a few who died too soon, like Kuwasi Balagoon. There's no need to make shit up. Many still languish behind the walls, heroes and sheroes standing tall. Mumia Abu Jamal, Russell Maroon Schultz, Herman Wallace, Matulu Shakur, Jalil Muntaqim, Robert Seth Hayes, Imam Jamil Al-Amin, Ruchelle McGee, some locked down almost half a century. Yes, my friends, there are real Black Panthers. This is only a few that need to be freed, and they damn sure ain't in Wakanda. What's the word? Free 'em all. What's the word? What's the call? Free 'em all, free 'em all, free 'em all. See if I got time for the second one. Poem for the absent-minded. There's some rumbling in the air that says you just don't care, saying you just think we should forget about it. Living in a culture of selective amnesia, but I'm not trying to forget. Maybe that's why I was sent to jar your memory, hoping that the truth will set you free. After all, we weren't slaves before they brought us here, planting seeds of fear, using the Bible, the lash, and the gun, erasing the memory of where we've come from. Flipping scripts so you won't know about Asa, Set, and Heru, the original Trinity, distorting us with his story instead of truth. That's why I remind you of Sojourner, Nanny and Nzinga, Ned and Shaka Zulu, Fannie Lou and Tubman too. Now they're turning in their graves because in this modern day society, not much has changed as we are fooled. Chains removed from arms and legs but wrapped around your brain in denial of the matrix. See, I remember civil rights. I remember when we stood up to fight. I remember Black Power and Black Panthers with shotguns in the courthouse steps. I remember Imamu Amiri and Simba Wachunga too. That's why I write these poems to you. I remember black fists held high for each black man's eulogy a pig would die. Violence is as the American's apple pie. Quote H. Rap Brown, aka Jamil Abdul Alameen, now in Supermax. I remember Watts and Newark too. BLA, Assata, and new freedom fighters who fought for me and you. I recall George and Jonathan Jackson. I write this poem for Fred Hampton, murdered while sleeping in his bed. Chicago pigs filled him full of lead. I remember Geronimo Pratt. Now let's get down to the bare facts. America's in denial that there are black freedom fighters here, but there are at least 69, and I'm not talking sex. There's plenty of reasons to be vexed. No telling who they'll lock up next. I'm not talking about your everyday criminal, but those who made a conscious choice to stand and fight or framed by the viciousness of COINTELPRO, chained up, locked down, never seeing daylight. Some in solitary confinement 40 years or more, no contact with the outside world, no human touch, locked away longer than Mandela, locked away longer than those convicted of the laws called Rockefeller. I remember when Philadelphia's No Good Good moved on John Africa and the Move family. See, a lot of you have forgotten about Mumia Abu Jamal, but he's only one of many standing tall behind the wall, like Oscar Lopez Rivera, Ruchelle McGee, Sekou Odinga, Russell Maroon Schultz, the Angola Three, Lynn Stewart, Matula Shakur, Jalil Mutakim, Leonard Peltier, Herman Wallace, and Abdul Majid. Just some of the new African warriors captured that need to be freed. So now you've been informed, and since you heard some of the facts, I'll give you the contacts. Here's what you can do. Contact JerichoNY.org.
Always a lesson. Ready, sitting on his tongue, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Well, more. And not because I want to hear more names of victims, but I want to hear more of your memory medicine. That's what both these poems were really intensely potent memory medicine. I mean, the first one was really about, it was blatantly about where make-believe confronts reality, right? And how make-believe is quantified in ticket sales, and reality in this case is quantified in lives, real lives. Both poems, there's really no more potent device than naming the names, turning the poems into really monuments to these people. And you're so potently equipped to dispatch to the listener a humanization of these people, right? You're putting a face on just these names. These poems were just full of so much of this memory medicine, and I could go on about how I felt it working for me. But that's what I say. More. We need more of this memory medicine. It's very instructive for me to see how powerfully you employ these tools. I have great admiration for that.
I was fortunate enough to work with a lot of the people whose names I called, and that's why I feel it was my duty to speak out about them and to make sure that people don't forget them, because a lot of people never heard of any of these people. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of them have been in jail over 50 years. And need to be released.
Truly. I hear what you're saying.
I felt like it was just an incredible history lesson, and you're absolutely right. I have heard of a couple names, but not that many. And I feel like what's happening today is just doing more of trying to shut all that down and away. And I just think it's so important for personally me, and I'm sure others feel the same way, to learn the history of this country. And the more we learn, the more depressing it is, but it is also so important. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I also want to say I really admire your ability to take hold of this space, right? and employ it the way you do. And doing it, Bonnie's talking about it too, this memory medicine and the cultural education that's so reality based. And as I always say, this society is set up to keep us all separated and ignorant of each other. And this space was invented in part to do away with that separation, and where we can all become more aware of each other and the differences of our cultural backgrounds become ameliorated, because all the questions we have cement us together in our belonging here.
Oh, that was amazingly said. I feel exactly the same way, to just to be able to learn. And I think it is our obligation, and no time period that I've lived in is more important for that than right now.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for mentioning the brothers behind the walls. Thank you for mentioning these political prisoners, because they are still alive. Some of them are still fighting the injustice. Some of them are still petitioning the courts, appealing their sentences for being part of a war that didn't necessarily need to be. I love some of the things that you said in here. You said Holly Weird, J. Edgar, whoever. You mentioned Mumia. You mentioned Matulu Jamal. The call is free 'em all. The call is free 'em all. And the Black freedom fighters. I just absolutely love it. Please continue to do exactly what you do, as loud as you do it, as well as you do it. We need more voices to remind the world that there are people who are fighting for justice. It's not just us. Truly appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, our resident reggaeton artist is in the building. This gentleman keeps his pen moving, and I appreciate the fact that he is not letting go. Right? Some people get to a certain point in their lives and they feel like, you know what, that was then, this is now, I have to move forward. But when you truly believe in what you do, it's never separate from you. It's a part of who you are. And he reminds me of that every time I hear him. The one and only Brian and Ciso in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. Sorry. Yeah, I was just getting some stuff ready, but I think I'm just gonna do the one. I'm just gonna do one for today. I did drop an EP about a month and a half ago that I'm sharing. I am working on some new tracks. Hopefully trying to release before the end of this month. I'll keep you guys posted. But all right, cool. That's this one I call Three Calls. Still recall my old number from apartment 1M. Expected a few rings before hearing no service. To my surprise, someone ended up answering. It was a boy, and I can hear his voice stammering. Despite that, he was determined to make a new friend, a far cry from the man listening from the other end. Just got back from Toys R Us on Northern Boulevard, psyched up cause dad got him more Pokemon cards. No hint in his voice of the difficult years soon to come. Every day to him is a blessing and life is all fun. Loved his parents but wished that they would stop fighting. Told him give them a break cause I knew that they were trying to give him an assist, the best life that they can give him. Must have done great if I spent many nights reliving them. Tried to tell him to hug his grandparents more for me, but the call ended, the phone now left by my feet. The other day, I called my old Elizabeth number. The boy who picked up sounded like he was feeling a bit under the weather. He can't see how this new life is any better than the one in Jackson Heights. Said he can't quite forget her. Dad told him the changes tend to come in random faces. Toughen up, learn to take the pain with a straight face. Mama told him try making some friends at his new school. Deep inside, he feel getting ridiculed as a fool. His self-doubt in full bloom. He even dreaded homeroom, tricking himself into thinking the picking on will end soon. He wanted to go back to the way things
things used to be. So did I, but I knew it was all just fantasy. Not to him. In his head, it was still possible. Told him otherwise. Suddenly, he got pretty hostile. He told me I was wrong and he hung up immediately. Damn, I couldn't stop him from becoming me. He got his first razor just before starting 8th grade. Slick and silver gray, but he had got no number saves. But one day he gets a call from a total stray. Asked him how he'd been doing the past couple days. A bit older now, he'd been thinking a lot about dating. Embarrassed himself once, now he's always hesitating. He talked about this new girl who joined last year, 7th grade. Her name was Emily, and in some ways they were the same. He never felt this way about anybody before her. Thought it was God saying that they were meant for each other. Reality struck, only saw him as a brother. Said it was all good, it stopped bothering her. He had finally learned she needs to want this too, and that would be the first of many for the lovesick fool. Finally, he asked, "Will it hurt like this every time?" I couldn't get myself to lie to him, so I cut the line. I'll show you something crazy that happened the other day. My phone rang, I checked and I saw something strange. My name on the caller ID and I just stare at it. This is a scammer. What does he hope to get out of it? An older voice said, "It's been a long time. I've been calling from 2075. He sounded familiar, couldn't put my finger on it. It dawned on me, the caller ID wasn't dishonest. Listen, son, I won't take too much of your precious time. I should know. I wish I was smarter with spending mine. I remember all the years we spent frozen in fear and the awful fates in store for those that do hold dear. You care too much to see others like a victim, but you see yourself on the ground struggling and you just kick them. The self-disdain only amplifies the pain, filled with shame whenever you gotta state your name. Obsessed with the way things used to be back in the day. Yeah, you're present, but your mind has been decades away. You can find out who you are instead of who you were. You're facing your past while your back's to the future. Scared to face what's coming tomorrow, so you dwell in sorrow, trying anything to avoid the inevitable. My advice, just take it day by day. I promise ESP won't make the fear go away.
Man, see, now you jumping timelines on them. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Brian and Cecil.
You use your rhythm like a drum.
Mm-hmm.
Your pieces always done a rhythm, so your voice becomes like a drum. I'm sitting here listening to you and finding myself like dancing back and forth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so solid as always. I had this sensation of footsteps on a stair, right? Just relentlessly and not altering its pace. It was just so locked in. You know, that's one of your really distinguishing skills. This poem was just this kind of timeless poem about change and disillusion. There were so many images and lines about this conflict and trying to recover the past and trying to find reassurance in keeping things the same and having to confront the reality of change. There's this really one poignant line, I couldn't stop him from becoming me, the way you were in the past. And I found it really intriguing, all the telephone calls in the poem, that all these things were taking place because of the agency of people using the telephone. And I guess one of the things I really found cool about this poem is, and a lot of your poems are these very universal, timeless themes, but they're totally made yours and your own poems because you're putting them in these very right now urban contexts, and they're all played out in the terms and scenarios and circumstances of today. So you really are a kind of interpreter of timeless themes for today. I don't know. I hope that doesn't sound like I'm building you up too much, but the more I hear your poems, the more I'm hearing that go on in them.
Yeah, it's just something that just got in, lot. I think a lot, so it's just my way of, I guess, putting it on paper.
Yes, it speaks a lot to a really intense sensitivity too.
For sure. I really love the aspect of looking at the caller ID and seeing your name and the future you saying, I've been calling from 2075, right? That type of foreshadowing is beautiful, man, right? It's not like, where you hear some prompts about write a letter to your younger self, but this is your future self calling you now and say, hey, man, I'm going to need you to do this. I'm going to need you to stay with this, right? I'm going to need you to turn this corner. It's just really a beautiful sentiment. I love that you have your flow locked in. I always say that. And I just need you to stay dedicated to it, man. Thank you for dropping the link. For those of you who may not have gone and check it out, make sure you do. Cat's got skills. Make sure you stay on it, man. Truly, truly. You got that work. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, again, another one of my spiritual advisors. I love communicating with the priestess. She always enlightens me. She always gives me such beautiful, bright energy. She is also a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology. Again, produced by one of the last poets. Shout out Abi Odun. She is a blessing every time she comes through. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, priestess. Please take it away.
You can find me peeking behind a nebula looking for a master to teach me something. They like to hide though. Anyway, this piece I don't give intros, but usually, I mean, this could be a quick one. Will the Real One was on Def Poetry Jam, and he long before that he ran a poetry spot in Miami called the Literary Cafe. It was on 125th and 6th Avenue. Anyway, one day I was in there because I was there every Friday. Everybody in poetry was there every Friday. I went in there and someone said something to me in Spanish. And I looked at him and I said, no comprende, no habla español. Because if you live in Miami and you don't speak Spanish, that's a one sentence you learn well. Anyway, Will looked at me, and this is what this beginning of this poem talks about. But Will looked at me and was like, "You're not Cuban, you're not Lola," and I said, "No, no, no." And I kind of got mad after this whole exchange, and I went home and I wrote this poem. Okay, here we go. Prologue. Are you Cuban? Puerto Rican? Some kind of Latina? Jamaican? Some kind of West Indian? African American? No, really? I've never seen. What kind of shade of black are you? What shade of black am I? Let me tell you what shade of black I am. True daughter of Oshun yellow ochre black, Yoruba golden honey sweet black, born to read the mysteries and tower shell divination black, to tell you what the spirits say you need to do to be right black. What shade of black am I? For libation and ancient tradition black. Call the ancestors black. Conjure up spirits black. Watch them solve my problems black. Thank them because they always have my back black. What shade of black am I? What shade of black am I? My mama raised me right black. Can stretch a dollar beyond magic, beyond logic black. Can cook like a chef black on a $75 a week for 4 people and make it taste like $500 black. Conjure woman black. I come from generations of medicine seer women black, descendants from countless. If we can't cure you, God has called you black. What shade of black am I? Worship and revere my ancestors black. Pile high foods of pile plates high of food to honor my ancestors black. Call them by name from eons ago black. Teach my children to invoke them too so they turn out all right black. What shade of black am I? Legba always has my back black, knows me whenever I call him black. In the middle of the crossroads at obsidian midnight black, carrying divine messages from heaven to earth black. What shade of black am I? Take hope and pride in my African womanhood black. Woman who knows what black is black. Africa running through my veins black. I am the blackest high yellow woman you will ever meet. Black. That's what shade of black I am.
Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshun. Yo, yeah.
I know that's right. You better tell him
Tell him.
whatever black I need to be. Shut the fuck up. I love that. Yes.
Sister Left, no doubt. You can close your eyes, and as black as it is behind closed eyelids, she's black.
That's a good one. I wish I had thought of that. But it
I didn't want that to end, you know?
For sure.
It's strange to me though how many people, I don't care if you're black or white or somewhere in between, they forget what the transatlantic slave trade did and how people turned out biologically. Yeah, you can still tell we're all from African descent, even though our skin is lighter. And everybody, even black folks, seem to forget about that. That's why I look the way I do. I know that my grandmother's father was a white man who raped her mother as a sharecropper. I know that. So that's why everyone on my father's side of the family is very, very light skinned. That just continued on down. People forget about that. But I'm an African American.
Sure.
You know, when you say African American, I'm neither. I'm not African because they ain't going to accept me over there, and I ain't American because they don't accept me over here. But just
They
like
will
you
accept you over
said,
there.
Black
Don't
American, you know what the fuck that is.
But don't think they won't accept you over there because I went over there thinking that, and I've been several times now, and that is not true. There are a handful of people that will treat you like that, and the ones who come over here are more so to treat you like that. But you go home, they welcome you. They really do. Aquaba means welcome in Twi in Ghana, and Aquaba is no joke.
Hey, hey, colorism is one of those curses that you got going from the field to the big house. I'm sorry.
That's true.
Well, I mean, so many, you know, like I said, I wanted to hear this poem keep going on. Legba always has my back, black. You know, come on. And you know, it's really a poem about how being misrecognized gets one to really reconnect and put people on notice. I really like that aspect. There was this other line too about stretching a dollar. Whoa, that you know, intense. You know, sometimes I don't know if you'll catch this, but sometimes hearing you do your poems makes me feel like the time I saw a Fida Derby do the fanga. And a Fida Derby was this really kind of first generation African American in the 20th century who did a lot of cultural education. And I met her when I ran Baba Olatunji's businesses for him for about 10 years. But she was the person, if ever you see people doing the fanga, this very well-known dance, which is kind of a hybrid dance because it's not the original version they do in Liberia, but it's a version people have come to know here. And she's the person that kind of taught everybody to do that. And it gets back to what somebody said here a couple weeks ago about militant authenticity.
For sure. For sure. I love how you carved it all the way out, right? When someone says, you know, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from this city. No, 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 no. Where are you really from? Right? And for people of color, you know, you can look at their birth certificate. I always go back to that, right? Look at your birth certificate, and you can tell what generation that you're a part of because it will say during in the race box, it will tell you what was politically correct to call people of color at that time, right? You go back, right? And I've done this. You know, I looked at my grandparents and my parents and mine compared to my children. They all say something different. All of them. It's really crazy, but it is, right? This poem is just one of those. Like again, this is just like the beginning of a documentary to me, right? Because that statement, let me tell you what shade of black I am. I'm called the ancestors black. I'm thankful they always have my back black, right? Stretch a dollar beyond logic black. Yo, pour libations like just masterful work. Really, really. Thank you for sharing that with us. Um, it's just one of those, right? It's just one of those poems. I'm probably gonna steal some of those. Just to let you know, like right off the rip, I'm probably gonna steal some of those. So thank you for doing what you do. Truly appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, he just works hard, man. Every time I hear him, I love the work that he puts in, and he's dedicated to it. Right. Every time I hear him, he just continues to get better, man. The one and only Principe in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
God is like a messenger, always sending a message. An angel with a mariner's heart, one where my love floated on the depths of her soul, sheets of ice. So I ran my hands between her legs, feeling the sea coming from her. So I dived in. I rotated my hips from left to right, first slower and slower, then faster and faster. I alternated between the two, keeping her off balance to feel her see once more. As we stared at each other while we laid on each other, facing forward, we drifted asleep. Thank you.
Man, listen. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe.
You know, sometimes I'm really glad they mute us because I'm over here like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Right. I need to hear Principe do some more love poems because he's totally conveying, he really brings it across. The a mirrored heart, feel the sea coming from her. Principe, I hope you get in some more love this week and we can hear about it next week.
For sure, man. For sure. Um, you know, um, sometimes life is incredibly inspiring, right? When you're around the right people, when you allow yourself to be open to receiving that type of inspiration, these are the things that get generated. So thank you, man. Thank you for being open to receiving them and open to sharing them with us. You said it yourself. God is like a messenger, right? The universe works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it works in very clear ways, right? Puts people in your life, puts people in your path that just kind of open your pores and you just start breathing different. And then you start writing different. And it comes out beautiful, man. Thank you for sharing it with us. Coming up next, this artist just has a lot of things going on in her world, but she makes time to write some just heart-wrenching things. I've seen her on social media singing these beautiful songs with her beautiful mother. She just shares the kind of work with us that just reminds you that sometimes things that come from the dark are not dark. They have shadows. They're not always dark. Whether she's on the path or sharing her incredible work or singing to us in a multitude of languages, she's incredible. The one and only Winter Rose in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
Thank you. I'm at eHoran Poet on Instagram. This one is kind of just truly dark. We'll see. Well, how about I read it and let you guys decide? Okay. I just shush, Ellie. She can't find herself in this sauce. The true me is a purple skin flaw, boiling kitchen of saws and bones. Beg it to reconsider. Set in stone, this bitch rarely gives in to sensible pressure. Look at the pomegranate bruises, potato eye damages. Stewed tomatoes for an ass, mangled carrot becomes a nose. Hungry boys think they want it, starving girls love to hate it. Stuck in the middle. So full and sick, this black belly of the bestial. No idea whose tight skin is splitting. Cinching up the belt to slice in half. Poor pair mistake. Rotting cabbage, borscht, makes sauce for older men. Mountains of white cocaine. Hotel rooms she once frequented. Eats dicks, snorts their wallets, runs far, far away. Gnaws upon the ribs of newborn children so young and underdone. You knew her. You once knew her. Consummate it now horridly. Eggs and semen never die like this. Goat carcass collector asking for some woman she is beyond alive, digging up tired souls in your backyard, hidden graveyard under children's swings. You want some supper? You are so hungry for parts, for meat. Wanting to love her goes so wrong. She does not know who this is, who is talking. And I'll do one more brief one if you don't mind. Free will. It never goes. This pickling, this anathema, can't even know what is heavier than yesterday's cloud cover, except to say, like ruin, like degradation, spring heralds in her spoiled child with his smelly palms. I yank his candy fingers. I wash away the life, wash away the pollen. This is the wart-nosed condition in me, in me. The brew I yield of preferring mold, of preferring decomposition to the beauty yielded by the bees. You come around, eager prince, see me slip through your legs. Trace of ghost is here, there, the road, and kill site. It never goes, this pickling, this anathema. One can't declare free will into evil so easily, Elizabeth. And I thank you.
Really, I don't know how you do that. I really don't. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Winter Rose.
Winter Rose, you had a line in there about gnawing on underdone children or something of that nature. I was like, good gosh, what are we talking about? That was a crazy line.
Yeah.
Crazy line.
Thank
feel
Yeah,
like
it starts.
I feel like you make me go live in parts of the country in a double wide that I don't necessarily want to live in. Kind of like I have to go live in a part of the country that I never wanted to step foot in, and then I lived a whole lifetime, and I'm only in like 4 minutes, but somehow I've lived on every street corner of this godforsaken country.
Right.
In the most uncomfortable way by the time you get to the end of your poem. And I'm like, man, how did she do that so narrowly? It's crazy.
Damn. Yes. And I'm so grateful that you put words on it as opposed to making it a metaphor. You know, the way some communities predate, as in predator, on our next generation because they are so tender and probably taste them. You could probably eat them raw. Motherfuckers, you better get out of my life. Oh my gosh. That was a very, very raw piece, Winter Rose. Thank you for spitting it out.
Thank you. I love reading for you, Math.
Yeah, these two poems were a real festival of your visceral imagery. So of course I was just sitting back here getting sated and hope the plates would keep coming. I can't so many lines, snort their wallet, wanting to love her goes so wrong. Um, and points for working the word anathema into that second poem. And that's how the second poem was kind of a lesson, it sort of ends up with this lesson. Really cool.
Chastising myself, right, for my
Yeah.
sane behavior. Hmm.
Yeah. And you're so good at it. And just always thankful when you're here and impart these really intensely image heavy poems the way you do. And I don't know if you want to haul that double wide, into Vermont. I mean, I bet I could convince Jesse to hang out there for at least a
You
little
might
while,
just
you
park
know?
it. Well, just park a like a used, RV in my driveway, and she can come stay. The last time I read, she was like, "Now I feel like I'm just in the olden days with you, with like murder on your mind, like old-fashioned murder." Like, yeah,
I think
right.
we could put that trailer up around Smuggler's Notch somewhere, and
There we
Jesse
go.
would have too much to complain about.
It's all a huge compliment, and if not, I'm gonna come sit on her doorstep in San Jose. So there we go. That'd be way more fun. Anyway,
Y'all are absolutely amazing. I love um, just how there are certain lines that just jump out at everyone, right? There are different lines that capture everyone. It really is just amazing. She can't find herself in the sauce. She eats dicks and snorts their wallets. What? Where did we? The mountain of cocaine, right. Hidden graveyard under children's swings. I just thought that was an incredibly visceral line. Wanting to love her goes so wrong. I really love your writing style. I really love how you put it in people's faces, and then dare them to look away. That's always what I get from your work, and it really is amazing. Thank you for doing what you do and making time to do it with us. All right, let's keep it going. We have three more on the guaranteed list and two on the good luck round. Coming up next, nationally ranked, worldwide incredible, a bona fide rock star in our poetry world. She continues to inspire people and set fire to final stages everywhere she goes. The one and only Lady K in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Okay, I was like, there's no buttons. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Lady K. You can find me on all social media platforms at Lady K Poetry. And I did write to the theme today. It's called Flesh and Scar. I've been thinking skin is the most honest part of the body. It blushes before your mouth can lie. Goosebumps announce wonder long before language finds it. Hands tremble before pride has the chance to steady them. Skin never learned how to pretend. Scar tissue does. Every wound leaves behind instructions. Close, harden. Never let that happen again. I've started wondering how much of my life I've been living according to the scar instead of the skin. People keep saying Black women are strong. Like strength is something we inherited instead of something our bodies were forced to manufacture. Generation after generation, our skin kept learning the same lesson: heal, harden, repeat, until the scar became the curriculum. See, they say Black skin scars differently, holds on to the memory a little longer, leaves behind evidence long after the wound has closed. Some of us grow keloid, scar tissue that keeps growing even after the danger has passed. I've been wondering if my spirit inherited the same anatomy, because how many parts of me are still growing protection around wounds that healed years ago? I've become so accustomed to suturing my own skin that I no longer know the difference between a surgeon with a scalpel and someone trying to cut me open. Funny how people admire scar tissue, they call it strength, resilience, independence. Nobody asks what parts of me had to die to grow it somewhere. My calluses started introducing themselves as my personality. I got it. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Words I've worn so often they've become another layer of skin, except they're not skin, they're protection. There's a difference. My skin still wants to trust, reaches towards people, still believes touch might feel like home. My scar tissue grabs my wrist, whispers, you better remember what the fuck happened the last time. And suddenly, the war isn't happening between me and the world, it's happening inside my own body. My skin says feel, my scars say flinch, my bones say stand, my marrow says rest. Every part of me speaks a different language. I've been peeling skin, then scar, then callous, layer after layer, expecting somewhere beneath it all to finally arrive at myself. Instead, I found bone. Funny, people think bones are hard, they forget they are alive. Maybe that's why they're so easy to mistake for strength. I've trusted my bones for so long, I forgot they were never meant to do the marrow's job. Because inside the hardest thing my body has ever made lives marrow, soft, quiet, making life the whole time. And suddenly I understood all this time I thought the bones were keeping me alive. It never was. The marrow had been doing that all along. I guess that's why they call it being comfortable in your own skin, because somewhere I forgot which parts of me were flesh, which parts were scar, and which parts were simply trying to keep the softest parts of me alive. I don't want to be all skin, skin tears. I don't want to be all scar tissue never quite feels the same. I think that's the lie I've been living, believing I had to choose between being soft enough to be wounded or hard enough to survive. I think I was never meant to be either. I was always meant to be both, a body where skin and scar learn to belong to each other, because healing isn't convincing the scar to disappear. It's finally convincing my body the emergency is finally over.
Just damn incredible. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lady K.
You just
Wow,
really summarized
that was
the
insane.
whole healing process and the difficulty that you go through. You captured it perfectly, the healing process, and it never seems like it's over.
Thank you.
Some of those lines, like I got chills on my scalp. Like I was so
Thank
moved
you.
by that. And the way you talked about like people think bones are hard, like just I don't know. That was just super wow. Visceral. Like I can't even reply properly. But I'm really grateful I got to hear that. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
My skin never learned how to pretend. My calluses are my personality. This poem's kind of it's really wonderful poem about, uh, our interface with the world, our body, our surface. Um, and I'm just totally in awe of your metaphor shamanry. It's just so fluid and effortless. And there's so many of these lines where you take the theme for tonight and you have it all in one single line, right? You set up, uh, the sort of proposition, and then you kind of answer it with the other end of the spectrum, all in one line. That speaks to somebody's talent for word economy too. So I always just this was really a lesson poem to me too, how that poem ended.
Mhm.
You know, and scars are history, literally. our experience written on our body, inscribed on our body. And this poem really spoke about these things so eloquently, as you usually do.
Thank you.
I think, Lady K, I think all of your work to me is always a learning experience about someone else's life that you have never, that the listener has never lived, but at the end, they understand it perfectly. And I just find it amazing the way you're able to do that in such honest and just fervent words.
CP told me the other day he felt like my stories are the girl next door that grew up and is just telling the world like who the girl in the corner house was all along.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, very true. It's like almost like an autobiography of a snapshot portion of your life.
Child, I got chapters for days.
We're counting on that. We're counting on that.
Which is why I mentioned to her before, the way that she writes and her perspective is so unique, and the way that she puts them, that she should write little black girl poetry books, right? So be on the lookout. You just have this really uncanny way of just being very honest and very real, very in your face with your writing. It really is refreshing, right? You said it's funny how people admire scar tissue. My calluses started introducing themselves as my personality. People tend to admire scars for some reason, but they kind of also say that you've been through something and you survived it, right? So excellent work as always. Really, really, I always look forward to your work. Thank you for sharing it with us. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, our resident Gilgamesh is in the building. You have heard his commentary this evening. I really, really can't thank this gentleman enough. He's been rocking with us since the beginning. Continues to operate at such a high level. He is not an enigma. He is the enigma. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you, Jedi Master. Really quick, I don't know if you caught it last week, but the one and only Jessie Marie created this poem about this evening, and she definitely shouted you out in it. It was absolutely amazing. I sent it to you. If you haven't heard it yet, I'll make sure you get it. Absolutely amazing. Great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Oh, I'll have to catch that. I'm going to pay you back, Jesse. This isn't on a theme, I don't think. Consolation. During the 6 years sitting on the launching pad at top of a rocket, you have two pairs of gonads and they both ache, but at least at the end of the countdown, the blast off is an orgasm that will make you see stars. The 8th year in the womb is occupied listening to 12 teenage computer hackers doing a rap about whose Menses stain is on the dollar in your pocket, but at least a delicately sensitive theme recognizes how the gap between birth and actually being a person depends on an identity you can only wear once possession is understood to be the same as impermanence. During the 10th year of your morning routine, you sit on the train cramped between two beautiful strangers for the 3rd day in a row, but the strangers cannot decide to ask you what time it is and just keep kissing you in their daydreams. So at least somewhere in human experience, you are part of a foreplay threesome where harsh vulgarity of being on a deafening train under the city opens your mind, then disappears as though it was a fantasy. In the 11th year at the boring movie, you drink too much coffee and become stone, while ending credits climb over your face so punctuation marks disappear within potential to surpass yourself among life out on the street. But at least you know there is no meaning when the basic human question gets rid of civilization finally naked, making too much sense with a flow of tolerance not taught by time. During the 4th year of the sleeplessness, you chase a cat around the sofa trying to pull out of the animal's teeth a sparrow it had silently murdered on the fire escape. And as the elusive predator sneers at you, at least in theory, you are still the dominant species. The 9th year in having plastic surgery to make you look more angelic is ruled out by the separation of church and state, so your physical flaws, at least you know, have been decreed by an act of government. The 1st year in hell, there is a 10-month-long 3 in the morning screaming contest between a mad dog and a siren of a fire engine directly beneath your window, but at least you don't have to put a quarter in the machine to make your bed vibrate. The 2nd year in the gas chamber, you crawl over the Brooklyn Bridge under a hailstorm, looking for evidence of the 4th of July, self-evident truth, and inalienable rights, but at least you know what to expect. The 5th year in the toll booth is spent pasted under the front seat of a pickup truck as a list of parts for a 351 V8 engine assembled in Doraville, Georgia. So at least your tradition is steeped with the foundation myth. The 3rd year in purgatory, you can barely stop yourself falling asleep across the table from a piece of luscious, juicy chocolate cake, but at least the taste is already in your mouth.
I continue to say I don't know where this dude gets his downloads from because they are just right. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skiv.
I just never, I don't know what I expect, but I never expect what you deliver, like in the best of ways. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes, and how many places can be the same place and how many times can be now? Because he swirls it all around, through 7 dimensions. And damn it, you're still here. God bless us all.
Hey, I get anchored here by all of you, so take the blame. Thanks, Norm. Thanks, Lady K.
You're really amazing, sir. Just thank you for what you do. You said sitting between two beautiful strangers. I just really love the imagery of that. A flow of tolerance not taught by time. At least you don't have to use a quarter to make your bed vibrate. that's just freaking hilarious. Thank you, Jedi Master, really for pouring into your colleagues. Really, it really makes a difference, sir. All right, closing out our guaranteed list this evening. This gentleman, he just comes through, man. Like really, he writes from a poet's heart. His delivery is his own, and he sounds like no one else, man. I just really appreciate artists that come through being very, very much individuals and carving out their own lane. The one and only Colton in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, man. Please take it away.
See, man, thank you for the kind introduction. You can find me on TikTok. I go by Poetry by Colton. Not super active right now. Kind of took a step back. But this is a new piece I wrote earlier this week and hope you all enjoy it. I've been thinking about the devil lately. Not because I believe he's misunderstood. I just wonder if we've misunderstood what he wants. We talk about temptation like it's bait. Like the point was always to make us fail, but failure's boring. It ends the experiment. No, no, no. No, see, if I were the devil, I don't think I'd want you broken. I'd want you almost broken. I'd want you the kind of tired that starts changing your vocabulary. You'll start saying things like, maybe tomorrow, just this once. Hell, no one would blame you. See, that's where people become who they are, not on mountaintops or church pews. No, at 2:17 in the morning when nobody's watching. Every excuse sounds reasonable. I've always imagined hell as fire. Lately, it looks like more like comfort, not peace. Comfort. Just enough to convince you that becoming is optional. That sentence scares me because I don't think I've ever ruined myself all at once. I've abandoned myself in teaspoons. One habit, one compromise, a whole tablespoon of promises I'll keep tomorrow, and then just to top it off, a few dashes of the versions of myself I swear I'll get back to when I settle down. Funny. We never seem to settle down. Maybe that's the point. Maybe life isn't testing whether you're good. Maybe it's asking what you're willing to practice because eventually practice stops asking permission and introduces itself as personality. Hell, I know men who practice resentment so often they call it honesty, and people who rehearse fear until they mistake it for intuition. Hell, I've done it too. Survival became such a familiar language, I forgot that I was the one speaking it. So maybe temptation was never about sin. Maybe it was always about repetition, about becoming something so slowly you don't notice you're becoming it. So what if the devil doesn't hand you the worst version of yourself? What if he just keeps handing you the easiest one over and over and over again until one day you introduce yourself and no longer recognize the name? Peace.
Yo. Yo. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Golden.
When I tell you, I feel like I just got socked in all of my chest, and I'm gonna have to watch this back like a few times. Like the way you write is just so guttural and like I feel like you are speaking to me personally, and the cadence of your voice plus listening to what you were actually saying is just this mesmerizing thing where you feel like you're like transported somewhere else. It's crazy, and I can't explain it fully, but that piece was very, very visceral. The images made me think of myself in so many ways. So thank you for being able to say that so eloquently with your words.
Thank you.
I feel
You're
like you're
close.
going to be in a philosophy book one day of the philosophers of the day. That's how I feel every time the 2 times I've listened to you. It's just extremely philosophical.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a really, really intensely introspective poem. One of the most introspective poems I've heard in a while. And I'm taking Bonnie's point. I'm always into poems that are freighted with ideas, that operate sort of internally on the level of the soul, on the inner life, Um, there's so many insights in this, and I kind of feel what Lady K is talking about, how it becomes very captivating and riveting. We talk about temptation as though it's bait. And I really identified with this thing you said about hell looks like comfort. that's all about the briar patch, Oh, please don't throw me in the briar patch. I totally identify with that sentiment. Um, and these insights you imparted about practice as personality. So, and I very much appreciate the vulnerability, that comes across in the poems. It's back into the authenticity zone in a major way. Uh, and I'm glad, I don't think you've been here that much. And so I'm glad you feel what appears to be extremely comfortable bringing this kind of intensely introspective work to this space because, another reason this place was invented is for people to just bring out all that vulnerability and feel like, this is a totally non-judgmental place. And we welcome what your vulnerability has to teach us. So hope you do keep coming back, Colton.
I just have one other thing that was on my mind is that I feel like your voice, the soothingness of your delivery sort of takes the punishment for us, and then we can sort of maybe work around it. Like you've done that work for us. That's how I felt. That's how I feel listening to your voice.
Perspective, buddy.
The one other place I'm just going to give a shout out to Thomas passing and blessing to Catalyst. I hope she's doing okay. Thomas created a space that was all about being unstructured, a welcoming, really prizing vulnerability. And it was populated by a very high portion of people who are neurodiverse and from all across that spectrum. And, it became known as a place, it became a magnet for people who do this kind of poetry. The cafe is really a place that, welcomes about it. This is probably the most diverse place I've ever encountered in my travels in poetry. So it's not exclusively a place for any one vein of poetry, but Colton, your vein is definitely one that is very important here.
Thank you.
Indeed. Yeah, you just again, this is your own lane, and I really love how you brought it this evening, the way that you do. It's just work, man. Like really, he said failure is boring. If I was the devil, I wouldn't want you broken. I'd want you almost broken. Ugh. Abandon myself in teaspoons. Oh man, like your perspectives, incredible. Really, really dope, man. Like again, I've never heard anyone approach it the way that you do, and then being controlled in the way that you deliver your work. It's pretty incredible, sir. Thank you. Look, we ran up against the time. I know that there are 3 folks on the good luck round, so I will jump into the cipher to ensure that everyone gets their work in. But we will be ending the live stream. Thank you all for rocking with us this evening. It has been an incredible night. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here rocking with the greatest community in the world. Thank you all so very much for your genius, for your creativity, for all those folks who were on theme, for all those folks who weren't. Shout out to the Jedi Master. Shout out Oshun Yoyen, Bonnie Soloway, Lady K, Bobby Ngoma, Colton, Ike Waltz, Rebecca, Jesse, Auntie April, Alan Gary, my tech man, Mr. Matthew Marroquin, Nemo Soom, Dara in the building, Lori, Andre Reyes. Stay tuned for the cipher. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here. We reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it's truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week, peace and blessings.